YOLO, you read the title right. It is smart to be dumb. Well, not all the time, but there are certain situations where being the dumb one in the room is actually a lot smarter than being average or even high intelligence in a room. Now, there are certain things that you can do with stupidity or dummy maxing that you just don't have the accessibility to do otherwise. It's like putting all your skill points into luck in a video game. Now, the first thing is one that I don't really recommend because it's a little dishonest, deceitful, and downright deceptive, which is weaponized incompetence. For those of you who have been blessed to never interact with someone who's used weaponized incompetence, it's basically someone pretends to be so dumb or incompetent at a certain chore, task, or thing from work that someone else ends up doing it for them. Somebody loads the dishwasher wrong, and they do it so horribly that their mom's like, all right, just let me do it. Or they go to sweep the floor, and they sweep with the blunt end of the broom, the top of the broom, instead of the brushes.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Now, I personally don't care for this method because it's almost exclusively used by lazy people who are just trying to avoid work. But there is a variation to this method that I like to call the damsel in distress. Think a beautiful woman on the side of the road who has a flat tire. Guys will happily stop to help her out, even if it slows down their own day, because they want to feel like the hero helping the damsel in distress, the knight who saves the princess. Well, this method can be used by guys as well. It's not only a bimbo method, there's a himbo version of it. Now, I'm not handsome enough to be a himbo, but I do have the ability to pull this method off. The reason for that is I almost always have a smile or positive look on my face. Think the opposite of RBF. That and I have more positive, happy-go-lucky kind of vibes. I'm just a silly little guy. So I just add a little bit of playing dumb, not knowing the rules, or sorry, I didn't know, and so many doors and opportunities open up for you. In my line of work, there are times where you have to go to a customer's place and they don't have signs, they don't have numbers, you have no idea what's going on, and no one's going to come and help you. So you pull off to the side, you park, you wait a few minutes. Then I usually will throw on my hard hat and start wandering around aimlessly. But it's not aimlessly. I look at the area people are working in, and I start wandering around in there. I make sure not to get in the way of any kind of machinery or anything, and I'll usually just kind of lock eyes with someone and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm a little lost, I was looking for shipping and receiving. And they start giving me the directions. I'm like, man, I appreciate your help, but I got all turned around in here, I don't even know how to get back to my truck. Could you take me over to the manager real quick and he'll be able to help me out? And sure enough, they usually have a little exasperated sigh, but they'll lead me exactly where I need to go instead of having me sit around waiting for 20 or 30 minutes for the time that it would normally take them to get to me. Now, there's another benefit of dummy maxing, which is it disarms aggravated people. There are times where forklift drivers or just people in general will be already pre-pissed from something in the day, and they'll end up trying to take it out on anyone around them. Where if you go to interact with these people and you act stupider than them, and then you even say to them, wow, you're so smart, thank you for helping me, it usually puts them off because they came at the interaction all pre-pissed and angry, and then you're just clearly stupid as a box of rocks, thanking them for being a better human being. It disarms them, makes them happier. Well, maybe not happier, but it pacifies them into helping you. There have been times where I've had to deal with angry people who I could even tell were pissed, and I just like dummy maxed it to the nth degree. I'm like, dude, I had no idea. I can't believe this must be such a hard job. I could barely even mentally keep up. And they're like, all right, just do this or over here, or I'm sorry, I was just mad at somebody else. Dummy maxing makes things so much smoother because everyone underestimates you. They just assume you're dumb as a box of rocks. Let me just get rid of this guy, help him out, whatever he needs to move on with my own day. Now, these are both examples of weaponized incompetence, but they're not the standard weaponized incompetence where you're making someone else do the work for you by being dumb. This is more of, oh, I'm just so dumb, I need help, I can't survive on my own. Like when you see a retarded animal out in the wild and you're like, I can't shoot it. It's adorable. So you put it in the zoo and next thing you know, pandas are prevented from going extinct because people find them cute. Now this next thing sounds counterintuitive and like an oxymoron. But the thing is, being dumb will actually give you more learning opportunities than smart people. See, smart people already think they know everything, so there's no point in them trying to ask questions and learn things. But if you be dumb, dummy max, or just act a little dumber than you normally are, people will gladly share information they have. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. If you ask someone about a topic that they're knowledgeable on and tell them, oh, I don't really know much, but I'd love to hear what you have to say, they're going to start going on, and you're going to have the opportunity to learn so much more than if you had a surface level understanding of the subject and you're like, oh yeah, I have a basic understanding of mathematics or cellular biology. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Conversation's a lot shorter. The other person doesn't give you as much information. You don't learn as much. But if you act a little dumb and be like, oh, I have been like 10 years since I learned anything about the cell. I don't even remember what the mitochondria does. And they're like, oh, well, the mitochondria is actually the entire reason that our cells are able to blah, 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 blah. They'll break it down and give you way more information than you already had. You can get along better with people, get more help, and learn more things by dummy maxing, by playing dumb or being humble like this. Now, a lot of the times people won't do it because it hurts their ego or their pride. Everyone wants to be the center of attention, the knowledgeable, the most important go-to guy. Everyone wants to feel smart and important. So, playing dumb is the complete opposite of what feels natural. A lot of people miss this opportunity because of their own feelings getting in the way. On top of that, there's the fear of being judged by others and social ostracization, to being looked down upon. These things all combine together to give people limiting mindsets, to where they don't ask questions. They're afraid to venture out of their same little comfort zones, their small pools and ponds that they're used to. They don't want to be seen as dumb, because they want to be smart. And it's these conflicting wants and desires that put them in a position where they don't learn as much as they could. They try to be the smartest person in the room, which is the complete opposite of what you want. Because if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're not going to be able to learn anything. I always try to be the dumbest person in the room wherever I go. That way I can learn as much as I can from people. Whether it's on politics, on economics, on just mechanical engineering, whatever it is, whatever's going on in that room, that environment, party, I want to be the dumbest person there so I can learn as much as possible from as many people as possible. And now the final reason that I think being dumb is actually smart, which I've already alluded to slightly earlier in the video, is you get underestimated. It was Sun Tzu in The Art of War who had said, all warfare is based on deception. Whatever competition you're in, whether it's politics, sports, video games, people naturally look for a hierarchical structure when it comes to their competitors. Who is more skilled? Who is more talented? Who is stronger, faster, better, smarter? And you could play the fool to catch a fool. By making everyone think you're a little bit weaker, a little bit slower, a little bit dumber than them, you actually make yourself seem like less of a target or less of a threat. And by being less of a threat, you then become less of a target. You're underestimated, and then you're able to come up for the victory later on. It's a very good strategy. These are some of the reasons that I think being dumb is smart. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Maybe I'm just coping for the fact that I'm the dumbest in my friend group and I was trying to find some advantages to it and make myself feel better. Or maybe you think, hey, this guy's actually onto something. Definitely let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.